Hello, my fellow kooks, and welcome to the #1 fantasy show for people who push their dogs around in strollers. I hope you're all ready for all the amazing fantasy surfing information that you need to have a great event at Saquarema. Please take a second to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can know whenever I drop a new video of this amazing free information. If you're new to the channel, we have an industry best dashboard with all the fantasy surfing information you could possibly want on there to help you make picks based on the cold, hard facts of information. It gives you everything in one beautiful, concise snapshot. You can compare surfers, you can do it all. And it can be found only at LordKookington.com. The great Michael Justison has put this all together, so please jump over there, give us your feedback, let us know how we can make this thing even better for you because Michael is constantly updating this. And while you're there, please sign our petition to the WSL to get them to share some of their statistics with us to make this thing even better. Also, Michael is available for data and analytics freelance work. If you need somebody, you can see through this dashboard that the guy is a genius and you should hire him. His link will be in the description. If you're someone who likes surfing beautiful, warm water point breaks, then you need to check out our partners, the free Spirit Hostel in Engabao, Ecuador. These guys are amazing, and for criminally low prices, you can have an amazing surfing experience that includes breakfast and dinner. You just need to worry about surfing. So book your trip now, drop your girlfriend off at the yoga studio, or take her to the beach, whatever. All you need to worry about is surfing your brains out. As you already know, El Salvador was not a great event for me. Once my power surfer Griffin Colapinto was eliminated based on we won't even get into it. There was a silly interference call. The WSL hates me. That's really what it comes down to. But that really hurt my Punta Roca chances. It doesn't matter because there is a silver lining, and that is that everyone's favorite surfer, John Florence, is back, baby. I don't know. Let's get into the comment of the day. This is a good one. Overall leader of the Lord Kookington public here. My strategy is to watch these videos and do the exact opposite. It has worked phenomenally so far. All right. That's how you do a comment, folks. If you put it in there, you will get read. Thank you, Marcelo F. Cord. And I don't know. He was our overall leader, and he's not anymore, so maybe the strategy isn't working. I don't know. Great comment. That's all I have to say. And with that, we can transition nicely into our Lord Kookington Public Fantasy Surf League update. Huge congratulations to LipsmackersM for taking down the Punta Roca event. Great job, Lipsmackers. You are the man. Or woman, but I'm pretty sure man since almost all of you are men. The win takes him up to 3rd place overall with only 2 events left. Now the bad news. You'll all remember from my last video, Gregloaf winning in Tahiti and bumped him right up to the, I think, 2nd or 3rd, doesn't matter. Well, unfortunately, Gregloaf got 4th at this event at Punta Roca, and now he is our new overall leader. All hail Gregloaf. I can't wait to watch you lose this time. Seriously, I can't wait to beat you both at this next event, but well done and bad luck to you both. And yes, a lot of you have been hitting me up. There will be a prize for this Fantasy Surf League winner. If you do happen to win any single event in the Lord Kookington Public, or if you're the overall leader at any point during the season, you are now entitled to a free, let's say 15 to 30 second clip. Just send it to me. You can be talking trash. You can be scolding us on why we need to make better picks. You can be talking about your cats. I don't care. You have earned a time slot in one of these high-level videos. So Gregloaf or LipsmackersM, send me your video. And that pretty much goes for the rest of you too. If you have something fun to say, especially if it has to do with surfing, send it. Mike at LordKookington.com. I want to see it. I want this to be more of an interactive and silly place. So yeah, let me know. Okay, let's get into Brazil. So I tried out this new thing where I would make my picks without having done any of the research, just to see where I start at and where I end up at. So here are the picks that I started with. Katie Simmers, excellent. Molly Picklum, okay. Betty Lou, great. And Sawyer Lindblad, okay, that's a pretty good lineup for the women. Gabe and Ethan for the men, top tier, okay, nice. Yago, Italo, great picks, Mike. Cole Hauschman, yes. Ramsey, okay, great pick. Sammy Pupo and Joao Chianca. Okay, those are good picks. Let's talk about everyone. Starting with the women, Tier A, Caitlin Simmers. As you can see, I have her in blue here because she is very good. Not only did she win this very event last year in her rookie year, but she is your points ranking leader. She is your power ranking leader, and she is your WSL leader. All that means she's probably going to lose in the first round. But seriously, I think Katie is a must-have pick, which is why she is blue. Pick her. No one has ever beat her here on the CT. Oh man, if there's a better pick in Tier A for the women, it has to be Caroline Marks. She's got my number 2 power ranking. She obviously just won for the second year in a row at Punta Roca. Caroline is just awesome, and like I said, I'm going with Katie, but if there is a second pick, it's her. Unfortunately, that means for Brissa Hennessy, she just had the yellow jersey last event. This is probably not your pick in the top tier. She's very, very good, but I just don't see it happening. Molly Picklum. I don't know how many times I have picked her and been disappointed this year. She started out very good and has just been in a slump that I keep expecting her to break out of it, and she probably will at some point. But I say pick carefully. At least now she's in Tier B, so I think that's a better pick, and I think I'm going with her here. She's just too good of a surfer to keep down for too long, and I think now is the time. I've thought that before, but I think now is the time. Joanne DeFay, look at those events here. She's been here a lot of times. It's kind of a mixed bag. Those ninths are not great. The seconds, those are great results. I'm just not sure with the mixed bag. She's proven that she can have a great event here. I'm just not sure what we're going to get here, and that is why Joanne is in yellow. Gabby Bryant, she just keeps getting better and better this season. Second place in the last event. That is great. She keeps improving her stock, and a couple of pretty good events here in the past. A 5th and a 3rd. I don't mind that, and maybe she could go even farther this year. With her confidence on the rise, I think Gabrielle O'Brien is a pretty good pick here. Everybody loves Betty Lou Sukara Johnson. 5th last year at this event. That's a decent result for the women. Not great, but not bad. I think she can improve on that. She's another one who started the year great and is kind of slowly falling out of that top 5 picture. So I think she needs a big result here. Well, she needs a big result here if she wants to be in that final 5 picture. I think she does it. Betty Lou, pretty solid pick. Tatiana Weston Webb. You'd think the Brazilian would be pretty good here at her home break, but not really the case. A couple thirds in there, which are good, but a lot less as well. Number 8 point ranking, number 8 power ranking. I'm going to stay off Tatiana here. Sawyer Lindblad. Okay, full disclosure here. I have her in green because originally she was going to be in the bottom tier. Since Tyler dropped out, it should have bumped up Sawyer to the next tier. She should be in Tier B. And if she is in Tier B, I'm saying she's yellow. But if as a Tier C option, she is definitely green. No event history here, but she's surfed all kinds of crappy California beach breaks. I think she'll be just fine here. In Tier C, she is green. Luana Silva. Okay, this is a fun pick here. Obviously, she just fell off tour a couple events ago. But since then, she had a great event in, where was that? Snapper Rocks. Took home second, I believe, there. So she's just been heating up. She'll have the crowd on her side. And if she gets a little momentum going, I really think she could go deep here. I think Luana is a great Tier C pick. Apologies for blowing your name here, but it's Tina Hinkle. Let's go with Tier C. I think she's a great pick here. She has won the Saquarema Surf Festival in the past, so you know she can get it done out here. Obviously, the competition will be harder here. She's got the home field advantage, and she has nothing to lose. So she's either going to go out there and just surf and have a great time or crumple under the pressure. I tend to think she'll do okay. Also in green, Tina Hinkle? I'm not sure. You guys can tell me in the comments. Oh, poor Sophia Medina. What has she done to me to get put in orange here? Guys, I'm just calling it how I see it. I always root for her on the Challenger Series. I think it'd be so much fun to have Sophia, who is the sister of Gabe Medina, if you didn't know. I'd love to have them both on tour. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. I think she is there for name recognition. You know, Gabe might have made a call. I don't know. It's great for the sport to have her in there. I just don't think she gets it done. She hasn't had big results on the Challenger Series, and that leads me to believe that a step up in competition is not going to do even better for her. However, if she gets a heat win, that crowd is going to go crazy, and who knows what can happen. I've been wrong before, I think. Moving over to John Florence. I was actually surprised when I looked at his stats in our dashboard, something you should do immediately. LordKookington.com will take you there. He actually has by far the best average result finish at this event. It doesn't seem like it would fit his style, but it does. John is just so good everywhere. That being said, coming off a second place and a first place, by far the world's number one surfer, I think maybe this is just stupid. I think I'm staying off John here. The forecast doesn't look great. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. Maybe I'm trying too hard to catch Gregloaf. I don't know, but I think I'm staying off John. He's a great pick in Tier A. He might be the best pick. Jack Robinson, your world number 2 surfer, has actually not done well here. A 17th and a 9th. We don't really want any part of that. I would actually think he'd do well here as he seems to adapt well in places. His wife is Brazilian, so you'd think he'd kind of be at home. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see a big result from Jack here. But I think based on past performances, he is not the pick for you. Griffin Colapinto, your number 2 points ranking. He'd have a lot more points if the WSL did not screw him over in the last event, which I think they did that just to get to me. I've been winning too much, and they have to keep me down. These results for Griffin have not been good here. Look at those 17ths the last 2 years. It seems like he may have been a little bit intimidated. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, things like death threats were coming in after he beat, was it Italo at the pool? I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But Griffin has not been good here, and I'm not going to use a Tier A pick to see if he will get good here. So I'm staying off Griffin for now. Ethan Ewing is due for a big result. This guy is at the bottom of the final 5. At this point, I think he'll do a whole lot better. And second place last year is amazing. Number 5 points ranking overall, that's not bad. And as I have here, he is hungry for a win. Jordy Smith. Jordy just can't get no love from me. I'm sorry, Jordy. But with these other picks, I don't think you're the guy. He's got 3 Brazilians hot in his tail for that final 5 spot, and I really don't think he's going to make it. I don't think this is the way for Jordy, and I think he's a bad pick here. A guy who is not a bad pick here is Gabriel Medina. You might remember 2 events ago when I had him as must-have in the 3rd tier. 1 event ago, I had him as must-have in the 2nd tier, Tier B. This event, I don't have him as must-have. And that is mostly because of the 17th place the last 2 years. That's not great. But I think Gabe is going to go off here. You might remember a couple years ago, he took down the Challenger Series event here. And I think we have a very motivated Gabe right now. And I think 3rd place has been his best result here before. I think he's 1st or 2nd. Italo Ferreira, another guy who hasn't had great results here. You would think it would fit his surfing better than it has in the past. I made him green, though, because I think even in the tricky conditions, Italo is going to be using all that energy, bouncing all around, boosting airs all over the place, and I think he's going to do quite well here. But my must-have pick for the men is Iago Dora, 100%. I usually don't do power surfers in Tier 2, but I'm doing it right now. Iago looks so freaking good in this last event. If he got a wave at the end of the final with John, he probably would have won that anyways. I'm sorry, John. I love you. 1st place last year, 3rd the year before. That's all you need to know. I think even with the tricky conditions, Iago's a great guy who's going to be able to even find a small ramp and hit it. He's going to generate scores. You better pick Iago. I won't spend much time on Jake Marshall. I don't have a really good reason to pick him, so I'm not going to. He was in that top tier for a while, and now he's slowly been falling down, as I predicted. I'm sorry, Jake. There's just better options. Crosby Colapinto, while he does not have a result here in the CT, he was on the Challenger Series last year, and he took home 3rd place. Not too bad if you ask me. And one thing I found interesting is, I thought he had some bigger scores this year. He really hasn't had that big signature result. Could be here. I think it's more likely to happen in Fiji, but you never know. Crosby, some value. Rio Waida, 17th last year. Number 15 points ranking doesn't excite me. Hey, again, much like Jake, I just don't have a really good reason to pick him here, and so I'm not going to. Oh, Baron Mamiya, man, this guy's been killing me all year long. I got excited by that pipeline performance, and I picked him several times since, and he has not delivered. He keeps sliding lower and lower in the rankings. He's number 19 in my points ranking. That's not great, but he was 5th here last year, and the guy is dying for a result. Could we see him go deep in this one? If I'm being realistic, probably not. But again, that 5th place last year is pretty good. That's why I have him in green here. So feel free to pick Barron. Cole Hauschman has never competed in this event on the CT, but he was in the Challenger Series event last year and got 17th. That's nothing to be excited about, especially considering how well he did on the Challenger Series last year. Cole could definitely let loose here and go deep. I just don't see it happening. I don't see him getting better than like a 9th place. Kanoa Igarashi. Guy hasn't been bad this year as far as points ranking. He's number 11. That's pretty good. That's up there. His event history is mixed, and he's never done better than a 5th, though. So I'm not going to start picking him here. Neither are you. If 5th is the best you can do, we don't really want that. We want guys who have the potential to go all the way and might get the 5th anyways. Another guy with a solid points ranking, number 10, is Ryan Callanan. And last year he was 3rd here. That's pretty good and surprising to me, frankly. Ryan looked great in Tahiti and okay in Punta Roca. We'll see if he can build on last year's result. But I think a pretty good pick here. Ramsey Bukhayam. Oh, look, number 9 in the LordCookington.com power ranking. Very impressive. The thing that stood out to me about Ramsey is, number 1, he's had a pretty solid year, and I think he's been a couple heats away from having a really spectacular year. Now, he could really break out here. And, as I was saying, the thing that stuck out to me was his 2nd place back in 2022 when he qualified for this series that he's on right now. He lost to Gabe Medina in that final at this very event. I think for Ramsey, the ceiling is high. Matt McGillivray, like I say here, he's only had 2 shots at this wave. It hasn't been great shots, though, and I'm staying off. However, Matthew's buddy, Liam O'Brien, I think is a very good pick here. Yeah, he was 9th last year, which is just whatever. You don't really want to chase that on the men's side of things, or the women for that matter. Number 17 points ranking, that doesn't do too much for me, but I've just been waiting for this kid to break out. I thought he could have gone much farther in Tahiti. He lost out in a close heat to Ramsey. I thought he could have had a really good result at Punta Roca. I don't know what happened there, but Liam O'Brien just has too much talent, and he's too low in the rankings right now. I feel like this guy has so much upside, and he really could get a 2nd or even a 1st place finish here. Liam is a great pick. Now, something that stands out to me about Leonardo Fioravanti is he's in the Tier C, and he has a 5th place last year. A 5th is a decent result. It's not something I'd chase in the first 2 tiers, but if you could get a 5th place out of your Tier C, I say jump on it. Leo is a great pick here. Imai Kalani DeVault. The guy showed up big time at Margaret River, and we haven't really seen much from him since then. I do not think this is the wave where he's going to come hard at. He was 5th here last year in the Challenger Series, which is a decent result. Imai might turn it around, but I think he has a much better chance of doing that at Fiji than in Brazil. Connor O'Leary hasn't had the season that he wanted or that we wanted for him, but 1 decent event here in 4 tries is not great. He could definitely equal that 5th place again. I don't see it happening, though, so I'm staying off Connor here. Seth Muniz, a 9th and a 17th here. Towards the bottom at number 20 in points ranking. It has not been a good season for him. I'm staying off him as well. Oh, but there is another must-have pick for the men, and he is in Tier C. That is Sammy Pupo. 5th and 2nd place here the last 2 years, and at last year's Challenger Series, Sammy won this event. The guy loves this wave. He does very well here. That should be more than enough to pick him, but if it wasn't enough, know that he got 2nd place and then a 5th on the recent Challenger Series events. The guy is on his way back to the CT, and he wants to show you that he is the best here. Pick Sammy Pupo. Public enemy number 1. Okay, public enemy number 1 is the WSL. Based on that interference call, I'm not letting it go. Public enemy number 2 is Joao Chianca for getting them to make that call. You know, you could say that is just, he is extremely competitive, and he is. So that's good. Maybe he'll do it here. 9th and 17th, that has not been great, but I really think the guy has a lot more upside. He's got a lot of experience at this wave, and we could see him go very far here. I think I'm going with Joao. Okay, that is how every surfer is going to do in Brazil. You're welcome. One more time, here are my original picks. And here are my updated picks. Don't forget to check out our incredible dashboard at LordCookington.com. That alone will give you the picks that you need. But you should also keep watching my videos because, I don't know, you wouldn't see my beautiful face any other way. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I have an Instagram now. 11 followers, baby. Let's go. No, but seriously, I will be putting information out there as well. So follow Lord Kookington at Lord Kookington on Instagram, and we can chat during the event together if you like. Don't forget to check out our partners, the Free Spirit Hostel. Book your trip today. You will be happy you did. Like, subscribe, and notify yourself of these videos. Join our Lord Kookington Public Fantasy League WhatsApp group if you like. One more shout out to LipsmackersM and Gregloaf. I really hate you guys. No, just kidding. Good job, but I want to beat you so bad. Visit the website, lordkookington.com, and email me stuff. I want videos of you talking crap. I don't care. I want videos of you surfing. Let's get this stuff. Let's get it in these videos. Email Mike at lordkookington.com, and I will see you soon. Bye.